Hello everyone, my name is Sharifa and I'm a museum assistant with the Erland Museum. Today my mom and I will be sharing with you a traditional Trinidadian meal. It came about because the FWIO ladies asked if we'd be willing to share a bit of our culture with you guys, and we were happy to do so. So today we will be baking some macaroni pie, which is kind of like the westernized version of baked macaroni and cheese, but it's made with a tin of carnation milk, and in my opinion it tastes a little bit better, but I just grew up with it, so that is my opinion.
Macaroni pie is a staple dish that I had growing up on Sunday meals. Always big meals, and it's always like a side dish for stewed chicken. Callaloo, callaloo is like spinach leaves that's cooked with coconut milk, crab. Sometimes it's cooked with salted meat, and that is poured over the macaroni pie, which is absolutely delicious. Macaroni pie for us is like something like, for me growing up, my kids grew up with it, and all my mom's grandkids just love macaroni pie.
So the ingredients we'll need today is some sharp old cheddar cheese. We'll need some elbow pasta. We need a tin of evaporated milk. We need 2 eggs, and then you would need your dish, your casserole dish. We're going to make it a smaller dish today, so a nice square one, and then our little measuring cup here. I just want to note that we don't actually know the right measurements for the meal, but that's what happens with traditional cooking. It's all learned from seeing and doing.
For this bowl, we're probably going to need like maybe half of this. That's what we're going to boil. Half of this to make a dish like this.
Yeah. So we already actually do have our water boiling right now. And so usually with pasta, you put a little bit of salt in the water, and it just helps the pasta cook. But because we're going to be making it with cheese, and that's already salty enough, we're just going to throw it into our boiling water there. Okay. So while our macaroni is cooking, we're just going to prepare the mixture for the macaroni pie. So I've already grated about 3/4 of the cheese. We like it extra cheesy, so that's what I've done here. You could probably just do maybe half if you don't want it too cheesy, but I mean, it's macaroni pie. You gotta have it cheesy. So inside our measuring cup here, I cracked our 2 eggs. I'm just going to salt and pepper it a little bit, add a little flavor. Not too much salt, because again, we have the cheese, which will be really salty. I'm just gonna whisk it up. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our evaporated milk and we're just going to mix it in with the eggs. Now if you want, sometimes my mom does half evaporated milk, half milk. So if you're not a big fan of evaporated milk, then you can use regular milk, which is fine. We're just going to mix that up. And there you have it. That is your mixture.
So the macaroni has finished boiling, and while it's hot, I usually add some butter, a little bit of the cheese, and a little bit of the mixture. This is how I do mine anyways. Get it nice and creamy. Just mix it all around, and I think everything else has blended in. Sharifa, maybe a little bit more cheese. Just to get it a little bit creamy. Okay, so just mix all that around, and then we're gonna pour it into this dish that Sharifa has buttered. So everything is basically all mixed together. The cheese And then we just pour it in this pan. Put more, I think this is good. Put more cheese. Sort of going to make a layer. Then we're going to add the cheese. And see, we are going to eat more cheese because we really like it cheesy.
So now that we've put the cheese in, we just mixed it up a bit with the fork we had, just to get the cheese all in there. We're gonna add another layer, the top layer of the macaroni, to our dish. Right there. Is that good?
Yep.
Perfect. And then we're gonna add the rest of our cheese. So I did have to go back and grate a little bit more. I told you it is gonna be a cheesy dish, but it's delicious. Will not regret it at all. And for the cheese on top, we're just gonna add a little bit less than what we added in the middle. The middle's for it to like mix and blend and with all of the macaroni in the inside. So this is just to add like a nice golden layer on top. And so now we're gonna add the rest of our milk mixture, and we're just gonna kind of bring it all the way up. I don't know if you can see it to here. Again, if you don't like evaporated milk or if you don't have any on you, regular milk will do. On top there, perfect.
So I usually take dollops of butter and put it in here because sometimes it makes the
nice golden
goldeny
brown
color. Just like that I usually do, and the butter melts. And that's it.
So we're gonna take this and we're gonna bake it in our oven at 350 for about an hour. You wanna make sure that all of the milk mixture has cooked up, and so that it won't be liquidy anymore. It's going to be a solid pie. We're gonna actually cover it with some aluminum and poke some holes through it. So while our macaroni pie is baking, I just want to share with you guys a cookbook that I am positive is in every Caribbean, if not Caribbean, every Trinidadian household. It is the Naparenas Girls High School Diamond Jubilee. This book was created to commemorate the students of the past and the present and the future of Naparenas High School. It contains recipes belonging to the Trinidad and Tobago Islands, and it is a wonderful kind of reference to what the island's cuisine has to offer. If you're not too aware of Trinidad and Tobago, it is a very diverse little island. We do have everything from Chinese cuisine to Indian cuisine, with that island Trinidadian twist to it. I have the page open to our macaroni pie recipe because, as I mentioned, it's a staple in cuisine. And as you can see, if you could see it, there was just 4 ingredients, so it's very simple to make. Something I would like to mention about the macaroni pie is that it is something that is up to you to create. I know some people, add shredded carrots or even tomatoes to their macaroni pie. My mom had a macaroni pie made once with a can of mushroom soup instead of the milk mixture we made, and that wasn't her favorite. But the recipe that we're making together with you today is what I believe one of the best macaroni pie recipes out there. I would also like to let you know that in 2002 they did revise this book just so that it has a little bit more information on exact measurements, nutritional facts, and stuff like that. So if you would love to learn more about Trinidadian cuisine and maybe a little bit about the culture, highly recommend you pick up this book. I'm sure you can find it online somewhere, maybe even Amazon has it, but definitely a must-have or a look through. So this is our finished product of our macaroni pie. About maybe 10 to 15 minutes before we took it out of the oven, we just took the foil wrap off just for it to get a little bit crispy on top and for the color to set in a bit more. So we're so excited to present our final product. It has also been cooling for the last 15-ish minutes, so we're gonna cut into it and have a bite and just show you what it will look like. We'll just do a small piece here. Let's see. And bring the plate. Oops. I'm gonna use my fingers because it's ours. Turn that over for you guys to see. So fully cooked through, the milk mixture has cooked through. And you can see the cheese bits inside. And yeah. Cheers, Mario.
Cheers, my darling.
So delicious on its own. Tastes even better with some callaloo on top or some lentil peas. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a chance to try this recipe yourself. It's super, super easy. And
do your own twist. Do your own thing.
yeah, for sure.